Mm-hmm.
I think here about. Okay. Fishing is right.
All right, I have an index of motions filed by Mr. Hill. Who represents Mr. Hill?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning,
Shayla Galloway on behalf of Mr. Hill.
Christian Lamar on behalf of Mr. Hill.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I see your list of motions. Mr. Abate, have you seen that?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. Tell me, how long is it going to take to hear these motions, Mr. Lamar?
I'll defer to Ms. Galloway. Ms. Galloway's lead.
Ms. Galloway,
Judge, I think the bank.
you may have a seat if you like.
Oh,
Thank
I don't
you.
mind.
You're supposed to stand up, but I don't,
I don't mind.
All right,
It's
so
our
tell
first,
me,
it's our first meeting.
tell me, yeah, you just tell me.
Sure. So the bank of motions that we filed, I know that they are in excess of about 90 or so. And typically the way that we'd like to handle it is to handle the non-evidentiary motions first. We usually ask for about, depending on what we can cover, at least a day and a half to do a good majority of those. And then some of those will need to be specially set. Some of those may possibly not be ripe based on whatever you've got going on in the case. And so obviously we can address those when time permits. And then there are others that are evidentiary motions that we absolutely need to specially set as they will require live.
When will you
witnesses.
be ready to argue these motions?
I'm not sure. I think the earliest we could probably do it is sometime in November. And I know that when we appeared before Judge Ellerby last, we had spoken with Mr. Goss's counsel about arguing some of these motions globally, just in the essence of
Well, let me
the interest of
ask,
time. So some
yeah.
of them we can do them obviously with co-counsel. Some of them we probably can't do with co-counsel. So I guess it would depend on, as it relates to judicial economy, Judge, what you would want to do as well. Because
Is the co-defendant going to join in all these motions?
there are motions that we can join in on, and we discussed that before. And so I don't know if it's a matter of us pulling out our indexes and making a determination about what we can argue
Why
together.
don't y'all do that?
Okay.
And you think that we could be ready by the beginning of the year?
To argue
And,
the motions that we can argue together?
Yes.
I think so.
All right. So why don't we set those down for 2 days?
Okay.
And maybe Miss Woods, maybe mid-January after the King holiday, maybe that week or something.
She just said that she
Okay.
would be ready with some things to top of November, so I'm a little lost as to what you said that you would be ready on, the motions to argue.
Well, yes,
But they need,
But no. What I would love to do first is I'd love to do the joint ones first, because I think that if we do those jointly, we can probably get a good majority of those motions handled, especially the non-evidentiary ones.
let's go the third week in January, not the King holiday week, because that's the Judges Conference in Athens.
Okay.
So let's go the probably the 22nd, 3rd, something like that.
Are they gonna be available?
Are you available? I'm asking all counsel that, please. Maybe like the Tuesday and Wednesday of the next week.
You mean the 23rd, the
Yeah, that week,
23rd and 24th of January?
23rd and 24th of January, starting at 10 a.m.
We don't have any opposition to that. We are available, Your Honor.
Okay, so January 23rd and 24th at 10 a.m. I want to hear whatever motions you want me to hear that day.
Okay.
And I want everybody to be ready, and I want everybody to know what we're going to be arguing.
Okay.
Okay? So I'm going to give you 2 days, 2 full days. right. Now, there will be some evidentiary motions that we need to hear after that.
Yes.
We'll take that when we, after those 2 days,
Okay.
and we'll schedule something after that. And then, Adam, do you have any motions?
No, Your Honor.
We
We filed responses to a lot of the motions, to all the motions that defense counsel filed. But we don't have any 404B motions or anything of that nature due to the actual indictment.
Is there any possibility this case will be worked out?
I mean, there's always a possibility.
Are y'all open to that?
Absolutely.
Before we get into all this time, let's see if there's a way to work it out.
Okay, Judge, I will, I'll speak with the district attorney about a possible resolution
Are
shortly.
you open
Yes, Your Honor.
to that?
Always.
All right. So after those 2 days, we're going to need 2 more days for the evidentiary motions.
Well,
I don't want to rush you and I want to give you all the time you want.
right. So I think one of the things that we probably need to address is that we still need to get discovery in this case, Judge. I know that the last time when we were before Judge Ellerby, I know that we had talked with the state about it, and the case has been incredibly fluid. And so what we were expecting is to get discovery from them. And I think once we do that, I think we can give you a better cogent answer as it relates to that.
That may help us work it out.
Today may be a bit premature to be able to tell you kind of what posture we're in.
I assume, Adam, we're not going to have any problems with discovery.
I've served discovery,
Y'all are working well together.
both defendants,
Oh,
but I
wait.
can reserve it.
Judge, did you hear what he
I didn't hear it either.
I served discovery to both defendants previously. I know maybe it was previous counsel,
Okay.
the discovery.
But let's make sure we exchange discovery and keep these deadlines moving. Okay, is there anything else we need to do today?
Yes, Your Honor, I think we need to put my qualifications on the record under
All
the.
right, will you raise your right hand, sir? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you'll give for this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Please state for the record.
Your Honor, I am a qualified member of the Georgia Bar since '93. I have had more than one death penalty case, and I've had several go to trial to verdict. And I've also had several non-death penalty that were murder cases go all the way to verdict.
Specialized training.
In the last 12 months, I've had specialized training in capital work, Georgia capital work. I also am proficient in the use of mental health experts and other forensic experts in terms of capital cases.
Anything further?
I think that's all.
Now, are the other attorney's qualifications in the record already?
Yes, Your Honor. When we were before Judge Ellerby, I put my qualifications on the record, and prior lead counsel Nathaniel Stadelsco had also put his qualifications on the record.
And did you do the same, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor. I put my qualifications on the record, but since then we've had a change in counsel on Mr. Goss's team, and I have 2 attorneys that need to put their qualifications
Okay.
on the record under second chair attorneys.
Will you please raise your right hands? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give before the court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Please, one at a time, speak up and state your qualifications and your name, please.
My name is Shirley Rivera. I've been a member of the Georgia Bar since 2017. I've had a murder trial to verdict. I've had specialized training in capital defense work, and I think that's everything.
Okay,
My name is Kara Stengel. I am a member in good standing with the bar since 2019. I have been lead counsel on a non-capital murder case to verdict. And I just came into this position, but I have agreed to take up that 10 hours of specialized training. I believe next month is when it will be completed.
okay. Anything else today?
We just need to be addressed ex parte, Judge, with respect to Mr. Hill.
Okay.
Nothing more from Mr. Goss.
Okay, so then we can excuse y'all then, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and then we're going to excuse the state?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So that's it for this defendant and for counsel. And then that's it for you, Adam?
Yes, and just for the record, discovery was served on January 22nd of 2020, and then supplemental discovery was served on March 31st of 2020 to Ms. Galloway, Mr. Stadelska.
All right, let's please have all the discovery issues resolved by the time we meet up again in January.
I can reserve it. We may have served it to Emily Gilbert.
But just make sure, please, Adam, that everybody has it, okay?
Mhm.
Maybe that may be beneficial to reserve it.
Yes, Judge.